Kids enjoying themselves on this Sunday afternoon. They got a pretty good seat in the house for this one. Princeton up 26-3. 2 more matches to go. We go to 197 pounds, excuse me. It's Joe Curtis, wrestling number 16 on the NCAA rankings, number 19 on Intermat, Luke Stout for Princeton. Curtis, you can kind of call him the king of the pin. He's got 8 pins this season. 3 of his last 4 wins have come via the pin.
Yeah, Curtis is really good on top. He's a kind of traditional leg rider. He's going to get his legs in and power half you, and he's going to torture you down there if you don't have an answer for it. But Stout has been a staple in Princeton's lineup since he's been there. You know, he's kind of been nationally ranked in this range since he's been there, and he's always been a hammer for them. So he's a lot to deal with on his feet. He's a good athlete. He's got a lot of attacks. He stays offensive.
3 points for Stout. You mentioned the accolades and the impressiveness of Stout. Second-team All-Ivy, back-to-back years, an NCAA qualifier in each of his first 3 collegiate seasons of wrestling.
Yeah, Stout's brother, also a Division I wrestler at Pitt. And he's one of 3 brothers, I believe. His other 2 brothers both wrestled at Pitt, one currently at Pitt, a year or 2 younger than him. So really, really strong wrestling family. I know their dad was also a college wrestler. So, just, you know, wrestling ties, wrestling family. Joe Curtis on a low single. Nice job in this scramble. Can he turn it and make it work for him? Not quite.
Really nice work by Stout there. Almost kind of a reversal in a way, but he gets the 3-point takedown. Curtis gets out at 6-2. Halfway through this first period. See how Stout starts his offense here.
Yeah, I mean, Stout's you can kind of see one of the bigger 97-pounders in the country. He's just kind of like using his size, height, and ability to just kind of control Joe and get to his positions. Joe's coming up from 184 last year, filling in at 197. He definitely looks bigger than last year, but compared to Stout, a little bit undersized.
Stout's a senior captain at 197. He's coming off a 22-5 Tech Fall win on Friday. His last 4 victories have come via Tech Fall. Goes too far on the outside. Stout comfortably ahead 9-2. 39 seconds of riding time in favor of Stout. Curtis up again. That allows Stout to get his shot in for 3 more points. And now Stout going for back points and a potential pin. 4 back points awarded to Stout. He's already up by 13 points. 25 seconds to go in the first period. Could end this one early.
Yeah, you'd like to see if Joe can kind of stop the bleeding here, give himself a chance to get out of the first period and try to get on top, get to his best position in the match. If he can get on top, you never know what can happen. He's pretty lethal there, and so if he can just get out of the first period, it gives himself a shot.
He'll get out of the first period here. 16-3 the score, 1:20 of riding time for Luke Stout. And just very locked in on his offense here in the first period as he will start on bottom in the second. Stout trying to roll through.
Start using that elevator, that back leg elevator. Now, Curtis hasn't bellied out. He's got a leg in. It's not the leg he wants deep, but he's good here. And I'm sure Stout knows that, you know, Joe Curtis is a good leg rider. It's kind of the most obvious thing that you're going to see when you watch him in his last 5 matches. So the Princeton staff knows that. They're probably telling him that he's a pretty good leg rider. But all he needs is this escape. And
Curtis kind of faked Stout out a little bit. Thought he was going to get away. Curtis grabbed an ankle in desperation. Runs out.
So Curtis gets a second shot with that kind of drive-out mat return that he had there. Would have liked to see him commit a little bit more to just trying to keep Stout down. Not an easy thing to do, but that's where Joe can score most of his points and end the match. So, you know, it's going to be a tough battle to pick Stout apart on his feet. Obviously, he's really good there. So, and you got to put yourself in position and try to just stay in your best positions.
Well, it's a double leg for Stout. 3 more points and another tech fall victory for Luke Stout. Back-to-back tech fall victories for him. Score is 31-3 Princeton. Here's that latest takedown. Got out with an escape